Alright guys, this is, I guess, my second knife review. I have a couple more left to do. Got some more knives for you guys to see, and a special one at the end that you guys I think are going to like. Alright, so if you remember everything from the last one, or if you didn't watch it, go watch it. Like I said, I'm going to say it again. I'm no expert, so this is basically on from what I know, from what I've used it for, and from what I've heard. So just take it or leave it, do what you want with it. But that being said, today I have the AR 3.0 by Gerber. Now, I don't think this is a 3.0, but according to Gerber's website, or based upon the looks of it, this is the only one that's or the only one on the website that looks anything like this is the AR 3.0. Now, the difference between this one and the AR 3.0 on my screen to my right is the color of the blade. On the website, it is a black blade, and if you go on the Gerber website, you can see that. Now, I don't know if the metals have changed. I don't imagine so. I think the materials are all the same. It's just maybe the appearance of the blade. But then again, I don't know. I don't have the box for this one. I got this thing years and years and years ago. But anyway, the blade is a high carbon steel. Yeah, high carbon steel. Now, whether or not that's a good blade or not, I'm not exactly sure. I think so. I've seen a couple knife videos before, and I think they said carbon steel is very good. Or high carbon stainless steel, sorry. Now, if it is stainless steel, I mean, I'm not an expert on steels or anything. I took this out hunting a couple months, not a month ago, maybe a year ago, and it started to rust on me a little bit. I kind of wiped some of it off, but I don't know if you can see it. See those little brown specks and stuff like that? Yeah, that's a little bit of rust, and it's on both sides. Now, I didn't actually stick it in the water or anything, but this thing was hanging by my side, and I guess it got a little bit wet with the snow and stuff. And yeah, so it does have a little bit of rust. So if you don't wipe it off right away, I mean, I think you're gonna get a pretty rusty blade. Now, it's only on the coating here. I can't or couldn't find anything on the actual exposed steel. Now, I think that's a good thing, because maybe it's just whatever coating is on the blade that's getting rusted, not the actual steel itself. And if that's the case, that's okay, because that will wear off with use anyway. This is the BBR, I believe. I'm not really sure, but it's a combo knife. It has the serrated part, as you can see, and the plain edge at the tip. Now, what I like about this is that's a good little slashing. If you're going to use this as a defensive knife, I should say, that's a pretty good little slashing area. Although I don't think this curves up enough to be a good slasher, because you're always going to get wear. Sorry for jerking the camera. You're always going to get wear and pressure right up there if you're slashing through something. Now, the serrated part, I mean, it's not going to be really any useful unless you're going to be cutting like a rope with it. Stabbing it might do some damage if you are using this as a defensive blade, of course. But as far as the blade goes, yeah, it's a combo blade. And the serrations I actually really like. I have this little buck tool. It's basically like a little pike. I could go get it for you, but it'd take too much time and all that stuff. Maybe I'll get it later. But yeah, it's just this little spike that I'm not exactly sure what it's made of. It's some sort of sharpening stone anyway. And the thing that I like about these serrations that makes them so easy to sharpen is you just take that and you run it along in each one of those little holes. Also, I should say that that little sharpening stone is also a whetstone, and I'll probably do a review on that later. But anyway, these serrations look pretty nice and they're easy to sharpen, which is a nice plus, I think, because I know a lot of people have problems when it comes to serrations and sharpening them. But yeah, these are pretty easy to do that with. Now the blade, the gun, or not gun, Jesus, you know what I'm thinking about. The knife is, it's very light. Let me get what this handle material is. Handle material is die-cast aluminum with soft grip inserts. So basically this black stuff that you see here is a rubber, and it's kind of soft and it's warm to the touch, which is nice. Actually, the whole knife is pretty warm to the touch. And like I said, the handle is made out of aluminum, which makes it light. It's a little on the bigger. Whoa, shit! Hang on. Sorry about that. I got a shitty tripod, as you may have already known. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, the handle is made out of aluminum, which keeps it light, but also pretty durable and strong, I guess. I mean, I don't have any rust in the aluminum or anything like that. No dings. Maybe a bit of scratches on the. Let's see if I can get that in there. On the finish itself, you can see that right there. But that's just on the finish, not on the metal itself. But yeah, most of it is aluminum, and it doesn't wrap around in there, which is nice in case you get the blade. You don't want the blade to be cutting on the aluminum or anything, but it goes up to there and then all the way around the back. As for a grip, it's actually very nice in the hand. I do find that my thumb rides a little bit high, but with the smaller knives you're going to get that. But you can easily hold it just like that. Be good for poking stuff and whatnot. But as for a grip on the handle, it's pretty shitty, I must say. You just have that little rubber, and it doesn't really do much. Maybe if you're wearing gloves, that rubber would be much better, because I know sometimes with the rubber, you know, iPod cases and those little rubber sleeves that you can put on your Glock and other guns, I know they'll stick to clothing pretty well, so maybe this thing will be better with gloves on. But as far as them being just with skin, it's pretty ineffective. As far as the little thumb stud goes, if you see, yeah, that thing's pretty small. But it's good because you have that little bevel thing. Really easy to open. I gotta say, this is probably one of my easiest knives to open. The thing is just so smooth. I mean, it's not going to close on its own weight, which is good, but it's really easy. I mean, it's hard to show in the video, but the thing is just really easy to open. I'm putting no effort into it. Closing, opening, it just flips open so easy. But yeah, that thumb stud, great thumb stud, I guess. It doesn't really grab your hand, it's just kind of like a little spike. So maybe with gloves it'd be a little bit hard, but with just skin, I find that if you get your nail under there and just flick it open, you're good to go. So the jimping, yeah, I know a lot of people complain about jimping. I think it's okay. I mean, for gloves, I don't know. For skin, it's decent, I guess. It's more of a, let's see if I can get the camera to show it so you can see it. Yeah. Come on, focus. There. Well, you kind of get it. Anyway, they're deep, but they're really close together, so it doesn't really give a lot. You know, like you lie on a bed of nails. They're all sharp and there's a lot of nails, but there's so many of them that it keeps everything up. Same kind of situation here. But, I mean, it works somewhat. Better than nothing, I guess. It's a liner lock design, as you may have already guessed. The liner on this one is okay. It's better than the Ridge Runner, I think. It does get, let's see if I can get that light back here. There we go. It does kind of ride up on that bottom part of the blade a lot nicer. So if you push on it, it's not going to close as easy. Like, I'm putting a decent amount of force. Like, I don't want to cut myself, but it's not budging at all. There's no play in the blade at all, which is, I think, phenomenal for a knife that's around $60. But it's light. I'm assuming that that liner lock is aluminum, but it's strong and it's light. Like I said before, this thing's light. It keeps the weight down, so it's a good EDC blade. The inside, I can't. Yeah, it's not skeletonized. At least I don't think. Yeah, no, it's not skeletonized. That black that you see there is just part of that rubber grip. I guess it's on the inside.